This Game Boy is quiet. This is one that I did recently, and I'm testing it now, and oh, it's quiet. It's not even gonna pop up on the microphone. It's that quiet. But oh, I was gonna say I think it's the capacitor and not the speaker, but I think it's actually the volume wheel, and I'll show you why in just a few minutes. We just gotta tear this down real quick. Well, this volume wheel looks totally fine. It might be like a little dirty, but what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna test with my multimeter. We're gonna see if this capacitor is shorting or not. Capacitor seems fine. That's the one for the sound, so I don't think it's that. I don't think it's the headphone jack because we wouldn't be getting sound at all through the speaker. I think the speaker is fine because I have a whole stack of good ones right here that I took this from to put it on here because when I ultrasonic clean these boards, you don't want to leave the speakers in unless you want the speakers to die. Learned that one the hard way. Lost 10 speakers that day. We don't talk about it. And when I was adjusting this all the way down to its lowest, the volume stayed the same. Even when it was all the way down, there was still a little sound coming out of the speaker. So I think it is the volume wheel. But the volume wheel, honestly, looks fine. But we can also test that since I have the multimeter here. Pretty sure. Okay, so we got 5, but when I adjust it, it doesn't do anything. Okay, interesting. You can't really see that because it's blown out, but it doesn't really change number. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reflow the solder and then I'm gonna clean it up and see if that fixes it because there is no sign of corrosion or anything anywhere. So it probably just needs a little spit shine. But it did already go through the ultrasonic cleaner, so I don't know. I'm gonna do this real quick. And we're gonna heat up the soldering iron to 330 degrees Celsius. I've just been having good luck with 330 lately. So I'm just gonna do that. Load it up with some flux. Clean up my soldering iron tip, but I should wait a little bit since it's not up to temperature yet. 300's fine. You can clean that up. Put that down. Get the solder out and add a little bit. The solder has been reflowed. Then we can drop some IPA in there. You can drop some flux remover on that area. Give it a second, and then we can spray a little more in there. And then take the paper towel, rub it like that. And we're just gonna keep cleaning this up with a little IPA and my toothbrush. Hopefully get rid of any of that flux. I'm gonna go to a cleaner toothbrush, do a couple more spritz. I'm gonna do this, and we'll try and clean up all around in there. I'm also gonna take some of this stuff while we're in here. This is electronic contact cleaner, and you wanna shake it up, and then we wanna squirt a little bit in there. It's electronic safe, and then do the same thing. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'm gonna shoot some canned air, and then since I'm lazy, I'm just gonna get this out, put our 2 batteries in here. We can hook it up, negative, positive, boom, and okay. Well, it still sounds the same. I guess we will tear this apart a little bit further. I am actually gonna reflow this because it does look a little bit dry. I'll just quickly see if that fixes it or not. Nope. Okay. Try swapping the speaker, but I don't think it is the speaker. Once again, I guess I will try replacing the capacitor because I don't think it is because it didn't short. It's not shorting, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to replace the volume wheel, and I don't really want to do that. So we're gonna try the capacitor because I've got a bunch of them for the SP because it goes wrong on the SP all the time. Brand new capacitor, brand new speaker. It's the volume wheel. Cool. I mean, I should have known that because I did test it and it was fine. Anyways, we're going to add some flux to these 2 points here because it is simply a giant pain in the butt to remove this part, these 2 legs of the volume wheel. So flux, and this one you definitely want to have the heat up a little bit more because there's like, it's just like in the board for some reason. It's not like these where you can easily touch your iron to the solder. You have to add a little bit extra so you can hopefully hit it. There you go. And I'm just gonna put some pressure down heat that thing up, go back and forth. There we go. Got one end, got both ends. Okay. Now it's probably still connected. This side is still connected somewhat. Now that's not. Okay, cool. Now we can flip this over. Gonna load this bad boy up with flux. And boom. That came off way easier than I thought. So, but I was just heating up all those points and it worked. I was gonna keep dragging back and forth fast to make sure all 5 of those points were flowing as I was pulling away so we didn't rip any pads, and it just came off super easily. Okay, now I'm gonna clean my tip. I'm gonna get some solder wick out because we are going to remove all of this solder, hopefully. Now we can clean up that area because there's a lot of flux there. Now this is a little bit trickier to put this together. It's actually really easy to install the new volume wheel because you can just punch the 2 tabs through the 2 holes and it's completely out of focus, but I think you can figure that out on your own. And then we get to solder down these tabs that stick out a little bit further, but that's all right. We're gonna get up to 330 once again, put more flux down. So I can't remember what you're supposed to do. I've done this before, but it's been a while, so I don't really remember. But I swear you're supposed to connect one of these pins to like this capacitor, or maybe it's one of these things on the amp. I don't remember. But online, I'm seeing that you bridge these 2 pins together and these 2 pins together, and that works. So I guess I'll try that if that's what I'm seeing. But I swear that it was something different. Maybe I'm getting 2 things confused. I have never bridged these 2 pins and these 2 pins when doing this. So I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, that should do it. Let's test it. Either way, it's still probably not going to be loud enough for you guys to actually hear it through the microphone. That works. Sick. Let's see. Put it. Oh, microphone just tried to take down the entire set. Oh, my entire top-down camera thing is messed up. Okay, let's try this again. Pointing the microphone directly at the speaker. That's full volume. It's just, that's how these mics work. Okay, I'm done. Video's over.